Hello, welcome to my stream. Tonight we'll be playing more of Bridge, and I was really hoping for us to beat and to finish the second world of this game last week, but it did not happen. We were really surprised by some tough levels, and we still have a couple more levels to play or to try to beat tonight, or today and tomorrow as well. But let's hope that we can make it. Let's hope that this weekend we can finally finish this World 2 for once at all. But I'm really expecting the things to get even more hard as this game has been really challenging, right? This game has a crazy complexity and uh, it doesn't like forgive you if you skip some uh, learnings from it or important learnings from it or lessons actually. For example, last time I really struggled when I was playing a level that was about building elevators, maybe because when I first had a level that I had to build an elevator, I solved the level without building an elevator. I found another way out. So when I really couldn't uh, work on a different solution for the level, I was like really destroyed by it. So let's see how it goes tonight. Hopefully it won't be that brutal, but I honestly believe that this game won't like get easy for us, but at least I hope that I have been learning more or I somewhat get more lucky, right? But yeah, let's see if we can at least finish this World 2 and see a little bit of World 3 because I'm actually a little bit curious to see what's to come, right? And hey Victor, what's up man? How are you? Frogs are nice, they are really really nice. Wait, what's happening regarding the frogs? Frogs are nice and now I have said it twice. Is that a famous song or like a kid's song or something? But how are you doing man? Wait, what? It keeps going? Okay, it keeps the sexy frog going on. Frogs are nice, frogs now thrice. Even though thrice is not a word. Let me open the level in here. I think we are missing 4 levels. Yes, 4 levels. And regarding the ones we couldn't get under budget, I actually think that it's going to be really hard for me to get under budget from now on. So I will try a little bit, but if it looks impossible, I will keep going with the game because, yeah, like this one, for example, that level, I really couldn't find a way to make it to get under the budget. So let's just keep going, hope that we can beat this game. And for the levels we can go under budget, that's great. For the ones we couldn't or we can't, we gotta deal with that. Frogs are nice, they are really freaking nice. Frogs are nice, even though they are a little bit, I don't know, dirty sometimes or moist. I think they are nice, especially when you have frog characters in games like Frog from Chrono Trigger, or I don't know, in an anime or something like that. I just saw a live stream of Devin Townsend concerts, and that's the lyrics for the song he ended with. Oh, seriously? He ended with like a kid's song? I see. I'm happy that you have been checking some music streams, man, because I'm also checking some music streams recently. I could even be checking more because I heard of another band that I like to I like their work, I like their music that has been live streaming, but I'm not like getting to the right hour or times of their stream, so I need to like check it correctly so I can uh, stop by there uh, at the right time. But yes, I have been checking out some of my favorite music or favorite bands streams, especially my favorite band, Why Nothing. Although yesterday they haven't had a stream because something happened and then they had to cancel it. But in general, on the exact hour and exact day and time, I have been checking them out and it's been great, especially to learn or to hear new music. It's just a silly song he posted on YouTube a couple of years ago, but it's not a kid's song. It has a very childish lyrics, right? So the level we stopped was Land Brace. And by the way, Victor, you haven't been here for a while, so let me give you some news updates. Especially this one, because I remember you wanted to really rewatch Dark, and I have already done it. Because some friends of mine in real life, they were getting to Dark. One of my friends, he kinda watched it with his parents, what was really surprising to me, because I was like, seriously, do you think your parents are going to enjoy the show? And then his parents really liked it. So I was like, damn, I wish my parents were like that too, you know. They would like to watch something super crazy and complex like Dark. But yeah, that friend was rewatching it, and then another friend started it for the first time. So I was like, you know what? I was already wanting to rewatch it, and I have done it. And this time, I really took my time to pay attention to the details. I took pictures, I zoomed in, I paid attention to all the theories I have heard of, I paid attention to lines of dialogue, I wrote down so many notes about things I haven't noticed before. So yes, I came up with my own theories about the show. Some of them I discussed with this friend that has finished watching it with his parents. And now I'm waiting for the other friend to finish the show as well, because she's going slower because she has to study for some tests or exams in the future. So she only has like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to be watching it, and just like for a couple hours. But yes, now I have my own theories. I noticed some other things too. I really think that the next season is going to have some details or some important events about a certain character. I will say his name, but I will not explain why, because I don't want to spoil many things in here. But Ulrich, I think many things are going to happen regarding Ulrich in the next season. That's hopefully going to be out next month in June. Especially because there are already some confirmations, not a Netflix confirmation, but an IMDb, right? IMDb. That's a very important website regarding series and movies. They said in there that the third season is to be out, or is to be released on June the 27th. So I'm trusting them, and also that was the date that everybody was kind of expecting for that to happen, because it's an important date in the show. So it would be like the perfect fit for the third season. So yes, I'm really hoping for that to be real. And I do think on that season, Ulrich will have a major plot development, especially because of many things that happened to him, or things that people said about him, or things that he said himself in the first season, that I was like, seriously, how could I never notice that he was saying that or he was doing that, you know? So Victor, I really hope you rewatch it soon, man. And do you try to have this keen eye to pay attention to the details, because man, there are so many freaking things in there. And hey Ultras, what's up, man? How are you? How are you too, Victor? Hopefully you guys are doing great. Have missed the last couple of streams. I hope you have been alright, man. Yes, I have already rewatched Dark, and I also should say that it was like in a record time, because I finished the 2 seasons in like 3 days. So I was freaking addicted to it. And hey, Suri, what's up, man? How are you? Thank you so much for the good luck. I'm definitely going to need it. But I'm also happy that we are not dealing with another elevator-based level right now, right? Because that elevator level was so painful. So I feel already lucky because I'm not dealing with another level already. Hopefully the game is going to save that to return much later, right? I don't want to see another elevator anytime soon. You're doing good, nice to hear that. You had a busy day, I had a very lazy day. I'm actually getting very lazy in general, like the more we are under this quarantine, the more lazy I get, or the less active I get. I'm losing some motivation to do some things, especially the online course I have started some weeks ago, but I cannot get back to it. And I'm trying to not like get very frustrated over it, but I also regret like being this lazy. But I had a very lazy Saturday. You had to do some running around with your car before you dropped it off with a new owner. Oh, you sold your car? And then you bought a new car? Damn, you had a really important day then. Hopefully it's a fantastic car, man. I'm surprised you could sell it during these times. Like, uh, I imagine that people would not be looking for like buying things, or they would be saving money, instead of buying expensive things like a car, even if it's a used car, in my opinion. But thank goodness you could sell it. For you, it was a very good deal, right? You're doing fairly well. Nice to hear, Victor. You still slightly sick. It's been like a month and a half now that you are getting sick of it. Also, have you been at least feeling better regarding the quarantine itself? Because I remember when we were playing the bridge, not Poly Bridge, you were telling me that you were really missing your friends and you were missing like that physical contact with people. Hopefully, thanks to the music streams you were just saying, you could have been, or you have been feeling a little bit better regarding that, right? You need a car right now, sorry, really, man? I do not drive and I have no intentions of starting to drive. I can't actually see myself as a driver, as I first suck at navigation. It can be either in real life or even in games. If there isn't a map, I will get lost, probably. The biggest example regarding that in games was when we were playing Xenogears. I always got lost in every dungeons of that game. But yes, I suck at navigation, and I also see the bad things about having a car more than the good things about having a car. At least in Brazil, there are so many like problems about owning a car. I know many of those problems are universal. Everybody will need to deal with them. For example, the taxes and like the fuel, and sometimes parking lot prices and stuff, and also the repairment, and like if there is an accident that happens, then you need to deal with that, or you need to pay for a, a how is that called? Um, the service that gives you safety about your car, insurance. You need to pay for a car insurance as well. So it's too much things, it's a lot of money involved. I prefer to not have a car, to not deal with that stress. And also, I love being a passenger. So if I'm traveling or if I'm getting somewhere, I love enjoying the nature, getting distracted by looking at the window, or listening to music, or I don't know, playing something on my mobile phone. Anything but driving. So yeah, I can't see myself really having a car. I was actually having this talk with a friend that also doesn't own a car, although he knows how to drive, but I never took the lessons on how to drive. I was talking to him this week, but yeah, like I don't know if someday I will ever change, but for now I feel still good regarding not owning a car. And hey, Early, what's up, man? How are you? Let me see what else is happening on the chat. Sorry does need a car right now. You don't have any car, sorry? So Ultra sold it to one of his employees. So since it was like a direct contact, it was much easier to make the deal, right? You working in healthcare? Wait, in healthcare, right? In healthcare. So he works full time and actually is getting an extra $4 an hour due to the pandemic funding. Thank goodness they are paying the medics, the doctors more. And you sold it for $1,000 Canadian, so not hard to come by. That's around like $750 American dollars or something. You got a 2000. I'm struggling with the numbers today. 2017 Honda Civic, hatchback, sport touring model, so top trim, and then 6-speed manual. Love it so far. That sounds great, man. So you said like 2017 Honda Civic. Does that mean that it's just for the model, that's like the Honda Civic from the 2017? Or does that mean that it's a used car, like you got a Honda Civic from the 2017? Where I live, you basically need to own a car. It's because it's a very small town, right? Early, so then the places are kind of distant, like from each other. I mean, the important places, I would say, like big cities or the big centers. Plus, maybe the public transportation is not that great or not that effective in a small city. Yes, I'm fine with all of that. Now, thank goodness, Victor, I'm happy to hear you have been feeling better about the lockdown, pretty much. You still feel like all this does your head in sometimes. Of course, sometimes I also feel a little bit worried about it. It's hard to focus and keep track of things at times, but you're dealing with it well now, so it's all good. There we go, man. I'm glad that you're feeling better about it. As long as you can identify that, driving is necessary for everyone. Wait, what do you mean by identify that? You couldn't survive without a car? You love driving? I imagine that when you are driving and then putting your favorite bands or music to play, that must be like the best feeling ever. But I don't know, I know myself and I know that I will feel stressed when I'm driving. Even when I'm riding a bike, for example, the last time I rode a bike, I was super worried of causing an accident, of hurting other people, or like losing control of my bike. So I wanna stay away from that pretty much. Also because in Brazil, traffic is insane. So accidents happen a lot in here. They kill many people, even during quarantine, believe it or not. It seems that the number of people who died thanks to traffic accidents in here have not decreased a lot. I think I may be wrong. I can't remember the numbers well, but I think like it decreased to like one third or something. It was not too far from like when you are not on quarantine. So I was like, what the heck? People are still driving a lot and traveling. So yeah, it's super dangerous as well. I have been saving to buy one for a while. Yeah, you gotta have a good amount of money saved for a car because it's a lot of expenses. Ultras, how many kilometers on your old car? 200, wait, 256,000. There we go. You were the second owner? Oh, it's like a car that was already from somebody else? Well, $1,000 brand new car didn't really exist past the 40s or something. I just meant like as long as you know that it is the right decision for yourself. I think so. I know that sometimes it can be very important for you to like um, it's something that my family sometimes tell me. For example, whoa, if you get sick and then you need to, I don't know, get somewhere fast and you have some sort of urgency, then you must know how to drive so you can get there quickly. But I will find a way. I order a taxi. And speaking about taxi, Outros, I checked one of the episodes of that show you told me last week. Cash taxi, cash cab, right? Cash cab, actually. And I was like feeling super dumb because I didn't know any answers from the quiz. So I was like, damn, this show is hard. But very interesting concept and also somewhat dangerous, right? Because the driver was getting super distracted by keeping the quiz going on. So I was like, he should not be an example for the drivers. But the show was interesting. Some people were really smart actually. But I felt really dumb after watching that. I love listening to music loud driving. I think that's the best about owning and driving for sure. Especially if you are driving through an empty road and then it has a crazy beautiful nature around you. That must be the best. But I would still prefer being a passenger. I have got about 5k saved up to buy a car. You probably are going to buy an old car, right, Surrey? I just don't want something too old, and this is a small town, so it's hard to buy there. The infamous Newfoundland, right? I still remember the name of the town you live, Newfoundland. So what if you, I don't know, go to a bigger center and then you get it there and then you return? Hey Electro, what's up, man? Driving with friends with music is nice. It is, that's for sure. Although there is one problem though. Uh, And this is actually something that Joe Dancing sent to me. Joe Dancing sent to me an app. It's more like a website. I'm not sure how to classify it. I think it's like a website actually, but it's like a thing that it's called. Wait, how is it called again? Oh yeah, Obscurify. It's called Obscurify. So it's a mix of Obscure with Spotify. And then Joe Dancing was like, check your results on this app or on this website called Obscurify. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to check it. And then the result was like that my music taste was 97% odd or like different or obscure in comparison to the rest of the Brazilians. So I was like, you see, if I drive with my friends or if I take a trip with my friends, we will have music fights because I will not be listening to what they listen to because my music taste is like completely out of there. I'm a very unique. I have a very unique music taste, at least in Brazil, because when I was comparing my information with the average of the world, the results were closer. But in Brazil, I basically don't listen to anything people listen to here. I don't know the trendy bands. I don't like Brazilian music from today as well. So it's tough, unless we go to something like the music from the 80s. I think when I listen to music with my friends, we usually go for that because it's like the music genre in common we have. But besides that, it's like completely different from them. So Newfoundland is the province, but the town. Wait. Oh wait, Newfoundland is not the town, but yes, you live there. Well, the only big city nearby is like 8 hours away. Oh Jesus, sir, you are very isolated, man. Hopefully the quarantine or the COVID has not gotten right, has not gotten there. That's a cool idea. It was fun to check it. They gave me some interesting results, especially this one that was like a percentage of how obscure your music taste is. But there were some other things too, like the top 10 genres you listen to, and then I was surprised to see that Dream Pop was not at top 3 because I could swear that I listened to Dream Pop like the most, but it was actually number 7 or 8 on my list. But now I can't. Oh, I think it was indie rock. Yeah, my number one was probably indie rock, but then I don't remember the other ones either. And then they told me like what were the albums I heard the most, and then they gave me some couple recommendations. But yeah, it was an interesting app or thing to test. Obscurify. But that's also how you learn about new bands. That's true. Thanks to other people's tastes and recommendations, I agree with you. But recently, I have been only getting recommendations from the YouTube music channels that I follow, because I'm pretty sure like 80 to 85% of the songs they post there will be songs that I will enjoy listening to, since they are already based on the genres that I like. Or I sometimes, when I have free time, I listen to the weekly Spotify recommended playlists. Which, by the way, did you guys know that Spotify has many anime music? I didn't know that they had so many anime music on their library of music. And I learned that this week, and I was really surprised by it. Hello, Rian, what's up, man? You have changed your username? How are you, man? So no one in this town has gotten COVID? Thank goodness, sorry. But still, take care of yourself and your family. I just checked out that Obscurify thing. It's great. Joe Dancing was the one who told me about it. All the top genres are some form of rock or metal. I'm not shocked, right, Victor? Come on. What's the first one for you? Is it metal? It's probably metal, right? Oh, you are 96% obscure, so I'm 1% ahead of you, man. But you are very close. Interesting, because... So that means you listen to a lot of obscure metal bands? Interesting to know that. Oh yeah, because I was watching someone stream who you knew, so it was weird having a screen name? Oh, come on, man, it's not weird. Huh? Victor does seem like he would like metal or prog or something. Actually, when people tell me about prog, You mean progressive metal, right? When I hear prog, I can only think of progressive electronic music because there is a prog in electronic too. Especially when I used to go to like rave parties, believe it or not, I used to be that person. But today I do not go to them anymore, not because I would not want to go to them, it's part of that too, but it's mostly because they have really lost their qualities. As time went by, the parties in here, they were getting more and more uh, frustrating, disappointing, and expensive, and not too fun anymore. They were really getting bad, you know. So thanks to that, I stopped feeling hyped to go to those parties. But yes, some years ago, some 10 years ago actually, 10 years ago, I used to go to some rave parties. And then there was a electronic music genre that was called progressive. And sometimes they would mix that with trance music or minimal music as well, minimal techno. So Victor's top three are metal, rock, and hard rock. Well, it was a stand-up comedy show. A stand-up comedy show of your friends? I never went to any of those kind of parties. But is it like, do you like electronic music? You gotta like electronic music. But you think your brother did though? I have seen some couple rave parties in especially in the US, and they look fantastic regarding the visual effects and the lights. They look really, really great. But in here, they were getting, the quality was really bad, the prices were increasing, but thank goodness I could enjoy them when they were still good. It was like around the years of 2007 and 2008. But then by 2010, they were getting super bad, and then I was like, you know what? It's better for me to stay at home. So in here we have... Wait, let me check the objective in here again. We have a taxi, then we have the hydraulic, then a ship, hydraulic again, and another taxi. Oh, okay, this won't work because I have a limited number of road pieces, right? So they do want me to complete the track like that. Wait a second, but we don't have a red joint. Okay, this sucks. We don't have a red joint on the second edge right there. So my bridge will not be connected at all. It's going to be supported by ropes, I guess. Maybe you don't like electronic music that much. So I still really like electronic music. It's still one of my favorite genres, but it's not what I have been listening the most today. And also, I do not listen to the very fast-paced music that I used to listen when I used to go to rave parties, like trance, progressive. I do sometimes listen to some minimal techno because it's more slow going and it's more chill as well. But yeah, the intense and fast-paced music, I usually don't listen to that. But maybe there is at least like a particular electronic band that you may enjoy listening to, Rio, that's like electronic music. For example, Daft Punk. Daft Punk is my favorite electronic band and one of my favorite bands of all time too. So thanks to that, I really love to listen to French house, for example, which is pretty much Daft Punk's music. Let me see what else you guys were saying because I'm losing track of the chat. But regarding the rave parties, because you said you have never been to one, of course the music is like a big part of it. If you like electronic music, then there is a big chance you are going to enjoy the party a lot. But also, man, I would say the people and the nature. Maybe especially the nature, because the people can vary. Like you can meet some amazing people, and you can meet some really messed up people that are going crazy with drugs and stuff. But the nature, like the places where those parties usually happen, they are beautiful. And depending on the time of the party, like the good times in here, they used to happen during the night, but going until like the noon, right? So you could like see the sunset, and like not the sunset, sorry, the sunrise, right? You could see the sunrise, also the sunset, depending on when it starts. But that feeling was fantastic, like to be in a very isolated place full of nature and trees and everything, and then enjoying the sunset or the sunrise with like a big group of people that are enjoying their time, some more than others, like by using drugs and stuff, yeah, but mostly enjoying their time. And I do still remember some of those moments, especially one particular sunset that was one of the most beautiful sunsets I have ever seen before. So yeah, it's a great experience, but of course, it does get you very tired because it's like a super long. It has a long duration. It lasts like a long time. It's many hours, and it's also a little bit stressful for you to return home because of traffic, depending of where it happens. But yeah, there are those other things that are really great, and surprise you a lot in a rave party. At least the ones I have been to. Some electronic music's really good. The electronic stuff that gets popular is pretty crap, in your opinion. I agree with you, but not like 100%. There are some couple good popular electronic music, but most of the ones that I like, they are not popular. Yeah, they're not commercial. But I sometimes can enjoy a more popular electronic music too. I wouldn't mind going to a nice loft, maybe an art show with a DJ. That sounds great. Yes, I would love to go to a more reserved party like that too, especially today that I'm older and I don't have that much energy anymore. But even that, I'm not going to, I should find a way or find some friends to go to a party, pretty much. I haven't been to a party in a long time. But I feel like that kind of party has a lot of underage people. Sometimes, sometimes yeah, but not like a lot. Unless they can really fool the guards and the security of the place. But the ones I have been to, they kind of were strong, like regarding the security. So I haven't seen many underage people. Although I have seen many people using drugs, though. Yeah, there are some illegal drug use. That's something hard for them to control. But yeah, going to a pub or a small venue, that sounds fantastic. DJs that are very active in what they are doing. Some electronic music is really good. In a sense, I missed out of some of the cool things about small DJs. I would go like to some nerdy art installation with people using Max MSP and syncing their programs with light shows. Oh yes, right. Good point. I love watching or paying attention to those big screens showing us art and crazy animations. I really love them. You had a teacher who you looked up to. His name was Gabriel Viglianos. Wait, Vigliansoni. He sounds like, oh, he's Chilean or Chilean. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Chilean. I would guess he was Italian by his surname. I think he did some electronic music. Would it be risky, kind of like going hiking, like getting robbed or assaulted? The thing is that you get destroyed after a rave party, so I would not have energy to hike or to like walk back home or something. People even sleep in the bus or in the van or whatever transport they are taking to return home. There are some like couple places you could go to while you're in the party because it's like a very big place, and then there are different areas so you can walk in there. And then I remember one of these places that I have been to, they had like a more chill out area if you climb like a little bit, if you hike a little bit. But besides that, you'd be destroyed, man. You'd be so like out of energy by the end of it. You're pretty behind in your music knowledge, or was the security pretty good? Some people do get robbed too, but thank goodness nothing like that has happened to me or my friends in a rave party. But I have had horrible experiences regarding getting robbed in Carnival in Rio. Carnival, in my opinion, is super dangerous here. Not like dangerous regarding your own life, but it's dangerous regarding getting robbed. And I did get robbed. I don't like Skrillex. I think Skrillex has some dubstep music, and Victor right there may agree with me that we don't like dubstep. So yes, I'm not a fan of him. You were referring more to like comparing going to those rave parties in nature. Yeah, in nature is great, but today I would agree with you that I would prefer maybe going to a more reserved, locked, and closed place. Like more private maybe party with some DJs, instead of like a big thing with like lots of people. Yeah, Victor, the dubstep, right? Yes, I still don't like dubstep or dubstep because I still think that they all sound the same. If you hear to one song, all of them will have the same chorus, and all of them like don't have lyrics, so there is no differentiation in my opinion. Although of course some people will like, oh, but you should listen to this music that's dubstep and then it's different, and then I would need to say, oh yeah, you're right, but like from general knowledge, all of them sound like the same to me, and I don't like one. So if I don't like that one, I don't like 99% of the rest. There is an electronic scene in Montreal, and it's called Electronic Picnic. That sounds like German. Is it German related? So how the heck am I going to really support this bridge? And in the winter, they do this thing called the White Night. You really love and listen to a lot of Eurodance music from the 90s or the 90s to 1999. I agree with you. Sometimes I catch myself listening to those old Eurodance music too. I even told Joe Dancing about one that I heard recently, thanks to a movie. I was watching this weird movie on Netflix. I don't recommend it because it was not surprising or not like too shocking, but it was a movie about a kid that was born without his center of gravity, so pretty much the kid could only float, and the movie was like a drama telling the story of that kid that grew up in a world that only he could float and everything. I was expecting more surprises and twists to the movie, but it was very plain. But it was still enjoyable, at least, or it was like normal. But in that movie, they played a very old Eurodance song that I haven't heard in a long time, and it brought me so many memories of like when I used to study English. Actually, look at that. But yeah, like it was also a crazy coincidence because on the comments of that video, or of the video of that song on YouTube, they were mentioning a movie that Joe Dancing still wants me to watch. It's called Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. I still need to watch that movie. I'm getting curious about it. But yeah, like the song that I'm talking about, it was Gigi D'Agostino, I Will Fly With You. It's like a very classic Eurodance song. Probably you know about it, Ultras. And after I heard that song again, I went to some other tracks as well, like from Lasgo and Ian Van Dahl and Roger Sanchez as well. Actually, Roger Sanchez has one of my favorites, which is called Another Chance. If you have never watched that music video, by the way, go watch it because it's still one of the best music videos I have ever seen. and the story in that music video is so like relatable for today or from nowadays or from or for like recent times or modern times. Roger Sanchez, Another Chance. Go check that out. And the music is awesome too, in my opinion. But yeah, like it seems that this movie is speaking about Joe Dancing. Hi, Joe Dancing. How are you? What's up? Is speaking about that music. Like Gigi D'Agostino, I Will Fly With You. It seems that song is also in Uncut Gems that I still need to watch, Joe Dancing. I'm sorry, but I will still look forward to watch Uncut Gems. I haven't watched it, but I watched another one that I was curious about. I watched Career Opportunities that I was telling you about it last time, and I really liked it because I felt like it connected two other movies that I also really like, which are The Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Since it is also a movie by John Hughes, I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm sorry, but it's from the same director, and I felt like, oh my god, this career opportunities movies is like so related to those two that I mentioned, Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that I felt like it's complete now. Like everything he brought to those two other movies felt like complete after I watched this third one, Career Opportunities. Mainly because, in my opinion, the three movies they talk about the same topic but differently. So I was like, oh my god, it's feeling like the other two movies that I already like. Although I think I still prefer the other two movies, maybe that's why they are more popular than Career Opportunities, but I totally recommend you watching Career Opportunities if you like the director, John Hughes. I don't know if the H is silent, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Or if you like The Breakfast Club or Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Hughes, so it's silent, right? John Hughes, there we go. Or is it just Hughes? Wait, is it Hughes? So the G is silent as well? Everything is silent in there. John Hughes. Okay, John Hughes. Let me see what I missed on the chat again. And a few newer electronic sort of bands, but nothing like extreme. Yeah, today I cannot listen to many extreme electronic songs. Actually, I can't hear to like fast-paced or something more aggressive sounding, even in rock or whichever genre. I always prefer something more chill, relaxing, and atmospheric, ethereal. There are exceptions, of course, but in general, my taste is like something super non-aggressive and chill and relaxing and, good vibes. And it doesn't matter if it is electronic or rock or indie rock. That just makes me think of Initial D. I have heard of the band, but I have never heard the music, or I don't recall the music. Pretty much a lot of it's because it's based on sound effects and crap rather than notes, and all seem to be around the same tempo. That's about dubstep. That said, I of course haven't heard enough to make that statement. I agree with you. Like, I also haven't heard enough, and I know there are some exceptions because people have showed me some other tracks, but in general, like from what I hear out there, it's all sound the same to me. Yeah, it's really hard to make like the best objective judgment. E-Type is basically power metal, if you think about it. You were kind of into the whole Eurodance thing around the 2000s. I think everybody, it was such a big thing. Together with the boy bands, it was like what was happening in the world regarding the music universe, right? You got pretty into E-Type. You were like 6 years old. Not really, but I get what you mean. Yeah, especially. Wait, it's especially hard to make an objective critique about something you can't stand. That's also true. Your opinion will like be marked on your statement or on your review, right? You listen to so much Euro, and when you were 18, 19, or 21-ish. And hey Ritsuru, what's up, man? Good day. How are you? You went to many way back Wednesdays, which was a popular Wednesday night party at a nightclub that was aired over radio and it was all 90s Euro. What are the bands you like to listen to then, Ultras? Did you recognize any of the ones I mentioned? Like Lasgo? Lasgo was like super popular here in Brazil. My sister used to love her a lot. And then there was also Ian Van Dahl and Roger Sanchez, the one I mentioned. Then who else? There was also Groove Armada, right? But I'm not sure if they were from the 2000s, but I remember some of their songs like Super Styling, which is a very good song as well. Um, oh yes, how's that band's name? They had like a very remarkable song too, but oh my god, I can't remember the band's name. But the club has closed, and then the radio station eventually gave up on it because it didn't work out at the next place. Yeah, Victor, it's why sometimes it's cool because YouTube content creators will curate a collection that represents the high quality aspects of the particular music genre and give you insight into the history of the genre and its social cultural impact. You like all of those movies, Joe Dancing, so look forward to watch career opportunities. Not to mention that it has Jennifer Connelly, which is a fantastic actress. But also, the movie does have its like its characteristics of the John Hughes movies as well. Like you can totally see by the dialogues, by the characters that man, this is indeed a John Hughes movie, you know. But I did not like it more than the other two. I would say because of like the ending maybe, or the way the movie goes from the half of it to the end of it. Because the start was amazing in my opinion, but I don't know. I felt like something has changed, and then I could not enjoy the second half of the movie as much. But then it's still worth for you to watch it. You just had a chill day or it's me too, man. It was a very lazy Saturday actually.